Welcome to The Explainer. Today, we're going to talk about something that, let's be honest, most of us have done at some point. The exhausting, painful art of chasing people. We're going to break down why it just doesn't work and, more importantly, how you can get your power back by just letting go.
Okay, let's just jump right in with a question. Have you ever had that feeling? You know, that sinking feeling in your stomach when you realize you're putting in all the work. You're the one sending the texts, making the plans, thinking about them, while the other person, well, they just seem to be casually walking away. It's frustrating, and it happens to so many of us. You know, what's happening here really comes down to two totally different mindsets. Over on one side, you've got chasing. This is all about needing someone else to tell you you're good enough. It's driven by fear and, wow, is it exhausting. But then on the other side, you have attracting. This is a game changer. It comes from a place where you already know your own value. It's about abundance, and it actually gives you energy instead of taking it away.
Okay, so let's get real. What does this chase actually look like in our day-to-day lives? It can be pretty subtle sometimes, but once you know the signs, you start seeing it everywhere.
So what are the red flags? Well, think of these as warning signs. Are you always the one sending that first text? Do you find yourself rereading their replies, trying to decode every single word? What about that awful feeling of anxiety when they don't reply right away? Or maybe you start changing little things about yourself, hoping they'll like you more. The biggest one, though, when you just know deep down that your effort isn't being matched. And look, this isn't just about feeling a little tired or frustrated. This constant chase has a real actual cost. Let's talk about the damage it can do to you. The price you pay for this is huge. Seriously, your anxiety goes through the roof, your self-worth just takes a nosedive because you're constantly seeking approval you're not getting. All that mental energy you're spending on them, it's completely wasted. It could be going towards your own life, your own goals. And then resentment starts to creep in. And pretty soon, you don't even feel like yourself anymore. This quote just hits the nail on the head. When you chase someone, you are sending a clear message to yourself. They are more valuable than you are. Just let that sink in for a second. Every time you chase, you're subconsciously telling yourself that you're not as important. It's this quiet, damaging little message that just fuels the whole cycle. So, if it's so obviously bad for us, why in the world do we do it? Well, that urge to chase is actually buried deep in our psychology, and understanding it is the first real step to breaking free. A lot of the time, the big culprit here is something called the scarcity mindset. It's that little voice in your head, right? The one that whispers, if you let this person go, you'll be alone forever, or you'll never find anyone else. That fear makes us believe that connection is rare, and so we have to cling to what we have, even when it's not good for us. All right, so we get the what and the why. Now for the most important part, how do we actually stop? The answer isn't about giving up or being passive. The real solution is a powerful choice you make. It's all about the power of releasing.
Okay, and this is super important to understand. Letting go is not the same as giving up. That's a huge misconception. It's not about waving a white flag and admitting defeat. The reality is that letting go is an active choice. It's about choosing self-respect. It's you actively deciding to release your grip on controlling an outcome and instead making space for something better to enter your life. So what it all comes down to is this. Releasing your grip is the ultimate act of self-respect. When you stop chasing, you're making a bold statement that your own peace of mind is more important than someone else's attention.
Okay, this all sounds great in theory, right? But how do we actually put it into practice? What do you do when you feel that urge to chase? So let's get down to brass tacks. How do you actually make that shift from chasing someone to, well, attracting the right people and situations to you? Here's a simple 4-step game plan. Step 1, just acknowledge it. No judgment, no beating yourself up. Just say, oh, there I go. I'm doing that chasing thing again. Step 2, shift your focus inward. Turn that spotlight back on yourself, your goals, your hobbies, your friends, anything that makes you feel good. Third, set clear boundaries. Decide what you will and won't accept. And finally, number 4, embrace the space. When you pull back and create distance, don't see it as an empty void. See it as an opportunity for something new. And once you really commit to this, man, everything starts to change. The connections you make are more authentic because you're being your true self. Your self-confidence skyrockets because it's coming from within, not from someone else. You start to feel this inner peace. And the best part?
You naturally start attracting people who genuinely value you for who you are. You'll have so much more energy for your own life. So I want to leave you with this one question. Just think about it for a second. Imagine all that time, all that brain power, all that emotional energy you've been pouring into chasing. Now, what if you took all of that and invested it back into yourself, into your passions, your growth, your happiness? Who could you become? The potential there is absolutely limitless.